So
You live, you learn.
yeah.
You get
so
more mature.
We're going to talk a little bit about fitness, but Alex
I know
already got
nothing about.
Yeah, right. Alex already got this thing rolling, so
Okay.
I'm just going to do a little intro and to welcome you. And so today on Time Squared podcast, we have Amy Hine. She's a member of the Palmyra Gym, and we do some personal training together. That she works out hard. She can do some
Most
push-ups and pull-ups that a lot of women can't do, but that's not the most important thing we're here to talk about. We're talking about Amy's fitness journey and a little bit more about Amy and what maybe fitness has done for you. So let's start with how many years, or when did you start, when did exercise become something in Amy's life?
Okay, so when I was a teenager, I dabbled in fitness a little bit. I used to go to a different gym, and I had no clue about lifting weights, didn't know, what to do, whatever. I met some decent people, and they showed me the ropes on how to do things, and I was shocked to find out in a very short time, especially when you're a teenager, because your body's completely different, how quick I was able to build muscle. Like just one day I woke up and my jeans didn't fit anymore. Yeah. And that was a good thing. Yeah. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. But before I even attempted that a little bit, when I was in school, I had a friend who had a parent, and it was the only parent out of anybody I knew that got into fitness and eating healthy. And
Dad or mom?
It was a mom.
A mom.
Yeah. And she was a lot older than, like, my mom might have been in her 40s, and this mom was in her 50s. And frame like me.
Yeah.
Small, petite, almost too thin, right? When I first met her.
Yeah.
And I used to see her out working in the yard, and, I really didn't pay no mind, but I just thought, she's looking pretty old, she's looking like an older lady. And then I don't know what happened with her life, that she decided to turn it around. I don't know if I think she always ate good, and she always tried to take care of her body for the most part, but something changed where she started getting into the gym.
Okay.
I saw that woman transform her body, and I think we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
And my family doesn't work out. No one talked about eating healthy. We ate whatever we want, whenever we want. It just was never a thing. And I just saw her transform her thin, no muscle, frail body into something like bodybuilder.
She started hitting weights.
She started hitting weights.
She found the protein jar.
Yeah, and so I saw that happening during a time frame. Some years had gone by, but I still had a connection with this woman along the way. Okay. And I saw photos of her and her boyfriend competing in like a 50 and above. And I was just like, holy crap. Like it just blew my mind. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew about people who worked out and lifted weights is I just assumed it was something they did their whole life. I didn't realize it was something that you could just decide you want to do and then just dedicate your time and energy to it. So I saw that and I thought, why can't that be me? I don't want to be frail and tiny, forever. I want a nicer physique and all that. So I had.
And how old are you still? You're a teenager.
So yeah, I was still a teenager, and I had a child right out of high school. So my life kind of took a different path, but it was always on the back of my mind of something that I wanted to do. And there was times that I did, and then I didn't, and then I didn't. So it just wasn't as important. So in 2000, I think it was 2016 or 17, I joined here.
Okay.
Because I was just like, finally, like, my kids were getting older, and, I want to do something.
So you went
for me.
for a period of time where you worked out as a teenager, like young, right? Like younger in your teens.
Yeah, like 17, 18,
and
19,
then
something like
had
that.
a child, and then didn't do
No, because
exercise.
I was too busy being mom and taking care of other things for
But
years.
the whole time, you're like...
It was in the back of my
your
mind. It was something that I just had a desire to one day do. One day just put my physical fitness,
Did you always feel like you were in shape? Like you weren't it wasn't like you were overweight or...
I just was always thin.
So what made you go to that gym that first time, like in your teen years? Like do you remember like what sparked it? Was it like, I want to go see guys, or was it like I want to exercise, or there was goals, or?
I think what it was, like I said, I had a child right out of high school, and I think it was like, I want to get, and my body wasn't out of shape. Right. I just had a baby, So But I was always thin and smaller, and I thought, I want to get my abs in shape. I want to, work on my booty. Like
Yeah,
I just
you wanted to look good.
I I care about my physical
Right.
appearance just as much as I do care about, like
Being healthy.
being healthy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's when I decided to give it a
Okay.
go. And then at that particular gym, I could bring my kid, and they would
Yep.
keep an eye on him for an hour.
Yep.
So I was like,
So
okay,
there's-
I can do this. Yeah, this I can do.
So the whole daycare thing in gyms, which New York Fitness, we don't have a daycare,
Yeah.
but when I found the company in 2004, that was a big hurdle for me to get over, because me being with the old gym franchise, we had daycare, and I just seen the total, and maybe other gyms are successful, but we lost money. Daycare attendant, the girls were taking aerobics. Long story short, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get rid of daycare. And we got rid of it. And women were coming to the pre-sale office with strollers with kids, and they were like looking at me like, I want to join. I said, you do know we don't have daycare? And they're like, yeah, that's why I want to join here.
Yeah.
And I said, what? And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I don't want to bring my kid with me to the gym. I want to.
Yeah.
This is me time. I want to
Exactly.
leave the kid at home with the dad or with the grandparents or whatever. I want to come to the gym without them.
And not have to worry about it. Yeah, no.
And
that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. At that time in my life, I didn't have any other option, and
Right,
so it
right.
helped get me
Gotcha,
to
yeah.
the gym. But for most people, if they, they'll make
Hey, you
other
have to do. Yeah,
arrangements. So
it can be an excuse.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But you'd have no excuse if you bring the kid with. So
Yeah.
you were taking. Who's your daughter?
My son.
Your son.
I have an older son.
What's his name?
Colin.
I don't know if we ever talked. Colin, no
Colin's-
offense to you, but I don't know if we ever talked about you yet.
Colin's never come to the gym here, so
All right, that's probably why we didn't
that's
talk about
fine.
you, Colin.
That's fine. He's a
Um,
lot older than the other two,
Okay.
and
So he was
he's-
going to the gym as a
yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and something as I raise my kids and stuff, I learned too that telling people to do stuff, it doesn't get people to do stuff. Talking about it and saying, oh, this is a good idea, you should do this, you should do that. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because with me deciding to come back to the gym in 2017, my middle child, Presley, then got to see that. And she wasn't as interested for like the longest time,
Yeah.
but every day I was coming in, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to the gym. And then eventually she's like, well, maybe I want to go to the gym.
Right.
And I was like, all right, come with me. So then I started bringing her, and then it took a little bit longer for her to take it serious. And now she's here
Oh, yeah,
all the
she's-
time.
yeah.
She's all
Yeah.
about it.
Her boyfriend, they both are. They're into it.
And I never had to beat it in her head, and it just makes me realize that, gosh, if I would have done that about like so many other things in
Right.
my life, just led by example.
Yeah. I mean, there's an old saying is that's the only way to lead. But just like that mom that you
Yeah.
said, you seen her. That's what sparked
She
your
never said a word
interest.
to me about it. I
Yeah.
just saw her transform.
Yep. But I think that nowadays, like, obviously with just, all the changes in our nutrition, the food, they're trying to clean stuff up. And I do think that, like, the fitness side of living is probably more popular now than it's ever been, because I
so,
see
too.
families like yourself where their kids are coming. Like, we have a young family that now not only is their son coming, their daughter's coming, like, she's just getting ready to turn 13 years old, and she sees mom and dad and her older brother are coming. She wants to come.
Yeah.
So we actually,
It's like a family activity now.
It's like,
And that
hey,
was
this
never the
is
case.
part of. It's like
Yeah.
brushing your teeth. Like,
Yeah. It's
you know,
what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what we do. We work out. We exercise.
My youngest wants to start coming. She's been
Okay.
talking about it, and that means a lot, because I know how I am. I have to talk about something for a little while
Okay.
before I actually start doing it. So like sometimes someone will say something to me and they'll be like, oh, I thought you were going to do this. I'm like, I've been talking about it, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
don't you? I've been talking about it. So that's the next
the
step.
first step. Yeah.
The next, I'll actually do it. So I heard my little one, my youngest, she's not so little anymore, but
How old is she?
she's 17. So
Okay.
her and
So
her
now
boyfriend,
she's
her and her
talking about it?
boyfriend want to join this gym.
Yeah.
And they might have actually been here last week with Presley. I know she
Okay.
had said about coming in and checking
Yeah.
it out. So
Yeah, it's a way of life. We obviously are not as active like our grandparents when life was a lot different. Everything nowadays is easy come.
yeah.
Quick, fast. You don't have to be patient for anything. But I think we lack that, like, active living, like exercise. Unless you're playing a sport or something like that, you're just not getting. We got even if you are mowing your grass, it's probably on a self-propelled lawnmower that's
So true.
wheeling itself.
Yeah.
Like everything we have is ease. We're not even rolling down windows no more. It's push a button. You know what I mean? So everything has gotten easier in life. So I think taking care of yourself and going to the gym, or at least doing some type of physical fitness, whether it's push-ups and pull-ups. I think it's really important for everybody. I think it does start from the parents, and then the kids are like, okay, this is just the norm. Like you said, this is what we do.
Or not even the parents. Like in my case, that wasn't it, but yeah, it was somebody else's parent. But whatever it is.
Well, you know what? There's a thing about like confidence, and you're in good shape. You walk into a room, people realize like
it makes you feel
she
good.
works out.
It makes you feel good that
she works out.
Yeah.
Like, and you want to look like you work.
Yeah.
You want to walk around and be like, man, you got some guns. Like, yeah, I can do 15 pull-ups.
And the older I get, the
a different
more
attention
I appreciate
because, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because I'm not, falling apart,
Right, like, man, she takes good care of her.
I am trying to maintain what I can still maintain.
Well,
yeah.
and you probably get, like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, people, like, do you work out? Like, weights are not just for guys, weights are for women and to build muscle. And like, tell me a little bit about that. Like how you feel about when your confidence, like when you walk around, when you exercise, you take care of yourself, because you have, you worked out a little bit, then you stopped, then you worked out again. Like, how does that like work in your just everyday life? Like just confidence and just with work ethic and everything.
It's been really good for me. I've kind of always had like a low self-esteem. I don't know why. I mean, I got issues that I've tried, who knows, but I've always had like a little bit of a low self-esteem.
Okay.
And but I do know this about myself. Whatever I put my mind to, if I want it bad enough, I can do it. Like, I'm 100% confident in my ability.
I see that.
And what's been really great for me is I didn't know I was competitive. I really had no clue until I started coming to the gym.
Because you didn't play sports or nothing growing
I didn't play sports.
Okay.
I wasn't motivated, didn't want to, whatever.
Yeah.
I wished I would have now, because I know I would have exceeded.
Kicked some ass.
I would have exceeded,
Yeah.
right. So what has helped me is I started coming to the gym here. And one thing I can say about this gym, and it's true, from 2016 or 17 when I started coming, everybody here is friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody here is truly here because they just want to work on themselves. Right. They want health. They want to be healthy inside and out. And there's not a time that someone isn't saying, "Oh, are you still working here on this?" Or maybe someone saying, "Do you mind if I jump in and work on this machine?" And there's, "Oh yeah, join us," whatever. So everybody's been really friendly and really they're just here doing their own thing.
Right.
That's great about the gym. That's why I've come for all these years, because I don't feel any kind of pressure or uncomfortable or anything like that.
Yeah, and one thing I notice about, and not just because it's my facilities, but everybody there's no fake people. Like,
no.
I mean, when you see someone at the water fountain, you're walking by, they're saying hi. You're not they're not like looking at you and looking away to avoid like any conversation. Like, it's just, I mean, people are going to, some of the team members are going to Christmas and stuff at members' houses. Like,
that's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of facility. Like, it's just
and the staff here is really great too.
Yeah, it's good people all around. So,
but at the same time too, if you have your headphones on, you're doing your own thing, then
Right.
people are not bothered by it.
Yeah.
But back to like the lifting weights and stuff, I've done like the little stuff at home, the little CDs, and I never really got anything out of it. Like, I like to be challenged.
Yeah.
Lifting weights is a challenge for me. And when I started to keep track of, how many squats I was doing and how much weight, and I saw that number go up, like, it motivated me. It's such a good feeling. And I was like, holy crap. And then at one point, this is the competitive part. I'm not at the top of my game right now. I haven't been coming in as regularly as I'd like to, but that's my norm. That's my norm. In the summertime. I kind of slack off a little bit, and then in the wintertime,
but you still maintain. It's not like you go doing nothing.
Right. Yeah. No. So first, I think it started with, and I had met some really great people. John being one of them that helped to motivate me too. But it started off with doing chin-ups. I couldn't do any, and then I could only do 3, and then I could do 5, and then I have to say it, I got up to 15.
Yeah, that's so.
And then people started saying,
"Oh yeah."
Holy
So
crap,
this is what I was going to say. When you obviously, I don't get a chance to talk to everybody when they first join, But I remember, like, you were like the chin-up girl because
Yeah.
everybody in the gym would notice when you were doing chin-ups, and they're like, "Did you see how many chin-ups that chick just did?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's good. She bangs
And
them
it
out."
made me feel so good because I started to look around and I realized that not too many people are doing chin-ups. And they're not doing that many. And I was like,
Well,
this
you're
is
doing
awesome.
more than a lot of men do,
Yeah.
and I don't know if there may have been a couple girls they could have competed with you, but I don't know. I didn't see anybody else doing any more pull-ups than you were doing.
At that
Let's
time,
put it that way.
I didn't see anybody either.
Yeah.
And then the same thing then happened with the squat rack. There was a really nice girl, Olivia. I don't know if she comes here anymore. She was
Okay.
only like 19 years old.
I know who you mean. Yeah.
And she's kind of like,
Yeah.
solid. She's a solid girl, like
Yeah.
my height. And she started doing squats while I had already been on this journey with doing squats for a while. And she started getting up there with weights, and it was starting to like scare me because I was like, I think at the time the most I ever did was it? I wish I had my book. Was it what is 2 plates?
Well, 225.
225. Okay, so I could do 2 squats of 225.
That's impressive because your body weight, for those people that are not watching this on YouTube, Amy is a petite woman. What was your body weight at the time? Do you remember? Or what is your body weight?
110.
Yeah. So
And I'm 5'4".
So yeah. So you're
Yeah.
doubling your body weight
Yeah.
on a squat.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. You know
And
what
I was
mean?
doing like 185 for 10 or 12 or
Reps.
something. So
For
I was
reps.
it was
Yeah.
crazy what I was, and
Yeah.
I that made me feel so
Yeah,
good.
you're a little powerhouse is what you are.
But I'm not there now. But I
You're
could
still doing
be.
good, but yeah, it just takes a matter of
Yeah.
summer just needs to end, which it
Yeah.
is now. So get back in. So
Yeah.
why? Let's talk about it because the whole thing behind this podcast, the reason I started, is because there is no such thing as balancing your life,
Right.
And not only like maybe your day, your week, your month, or your year. It could be a decade. You know what I mean? For this time period, whether it's the week or the decade, you're focusing on family, or this time you're focusing on your fitness. What explain why summer it's not that you're not balanced, that fitness is and we live in Pennsylvania,
question.
so like the weather changes. We have a limited time to enjoy our summers.
Yeah.
So to kind of put that in perspective.
No problem, and it makes total sense. So summer's the best time of year, and
Yeah.
I love being outside.
Yep.
So if I'm not at the gym, I want to be biking, I want to be hiking, I want to be kayaking, I want to be vacationing, I want to be doing all that awesome stuff in the summertime. And I didn't always do that, so I don't want anybody to think like this has been a whole lifestyle for me. Like this has only been maybe the last 5 or 6 years
Right.
that I've
Right.
really gotten to enjoy my life. My kids are all older. I have a lot more free time.
Yep.
Everybody's doing their own thing, so
Yeah.
I enjoy that in the summer. In the winter, I don't get to do as many of those activities, and I don't like to be too hot.
I don't want to sweat.
I don't want to sweat
No,
too
I-
much.
dude,
So coming
yeah.
into the gym sometimes it's
Yeah, it's a little hot.
Yeah.
No,
On
yeah,
those 100 degrees, it's a little
dude,
much.
I hear you. And I know that again, it's about balance, right? There's no such thing as perfectly balancing your life. Or
No, and I
even
think
your
it's
day.
crazy if that's your goal. Like, when are you living if you're just constantly counting your calories or
Or even working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing as far as an entrepreneur or someone that is an entrepreneur that's just in it to win it. Take a step back every now and then just to smell the roses, I guess is the old saying, but to take a little trip with your family or go to the beach for a weekend, because no one's promised tomorrow. So you don't want to
Exactly.
just spend your entire life grinding, whether it's fitness and you're not going out to a dinner to enjoy food, or whether it's your company that you're just working nonstop and you're not taking time to take care of your health or your family or whatever. There's no such thing as balance. It's do what needs to be done now. And if you're obese and you're not healthy, you might want to focus on fitness right now.
Or if you're underweight and
Right.
you're lacking nutrients and things of that sort. I've struggled with that my whole life, and really the biggest problem was me not taking care of myself. If I would just take some supplements and make sure I'm eating so many meals a day, and because like sometimes I'll get wrapped up in whatever I'm doing and I just don't stop.
I know that.
I
I know that. So I speak from experience with Amy, because we did train, and we're still continuing to train. What we do either once or twice a week that we do training. And let's talk about that a little bit, because nutrition, a lot of people think fitness is like, hey, we got to lose weight. It's always, the people that are overweight or diabetic or whatever, but there's the whole other aspect where it's people that need to gain muscle mass to be healthier. So did you have just not an eating disorder, but
no, never. I never.
Just didn't
and
eat
I love
enough.
To eat. I love to eat.
I know you do.
I love food. When I leave here, my girlfriends that I work with, we're going to pig out and drink margaritas. So everything in moderation.
Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Oh my gosh. All right, Ray Azteca. So no, the nutrition side, I can speak from experience, because I've talked to you where you come in and you're like, I was so busy today, I didn't eat anything.
And my job makes it hard. I deliver mail all day long,
Yep.
and I have to pack some sort of a lunch that I can keep cold in my lunch bag and then snack on that all day. I don't have a chance to stop to use the porta potty
Right.
on my
Right,
route.
so you gotta
most
watch how
days.
much
So I
liquid-
have to watch what I'm drinking
So,
and I'm
that's-
eating, and it's been extremely challenging to.
You guys don't take a
care of
lunch break. You just grind it out. I'm sure maybe some male people take a lunch
I'm sure
break.
people do. It's not that I can't. I just won't, because
You're like-
I want
you're
to
like-
start and go until I'm done.
We're
and then that's
wired
just the way
exactly
that I'm.
the same.
Yeah.
I tell my wife, I think tonight I'm just going to mow the front yard and not the back, because I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm never stopping. I
Yeah,
can't stop
I'm
till
doing
it's
it now.
done.
I'm just gonna finish it.
There's no way.
Right.
Yeah, it's get shit done.
So it's been a challenge. So like a lot of cheese and bologna.
Yeah.
And
You were doing were you doing hard-boiled
I was doing
eggs?
hard-boiled eggs. I forgot about that. See now, and that's been great when
Yep.
I remember. Like I forget about some stuff like that.
Or
that
like
I
the
can
protein
do.
bars or protein sticks, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your lean mass is your metabolism. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of lean mass on your 110 pounds. So your metabolism is higher. So yeah, you're going to lose weight quicker. So you need to, pay attention to
Right.
the eating.
Right, and that's my challenge my whole life, is just making sure I'm getting enough calories in me
Yeah.
throughout the day. I have no problem with dinner. I mean, I cook.
Do you eat
and-
breakfast when you get up? No, you just
No,
get up
I
and go.
pack breakfast and lunch, and then that's whatever I
Okay.
can snack on. So I'm not one that eat first thing in the morning. I just like want a couple cups of coffee and then
Get it going.
get it going.
Get it going. I'm with
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Give me a cup of black coffee and then give me my pre-workout, and I'm heading to the gym. Yeah, so I think nutrition is probably something that a lot of people struggle with,
Yeah.
one way or the other, whether it's not getting enough or getting the proper amount of nutrition.
Right, and then like what you said too, with you training me and stuff, like that was our conversation for a while. It's like, and it does frustrate me, because if I'm lifting all these heavy weights and I'm doing all this work, I'm not going to gain the muscle that I need if I can't put the food in my body. So it's like,
Right.
oh,
You need
it's
to have
frustrating.
proper nutrition.
Yeah,
You
and
need
you're
to
like, are you
feed
eating
the
enough?
animal.
Are you? And I'm like,
Yeah, because people don't realize, like for you, like 100 grams of protein, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to gain, so your goal is like to gain muscle mass, not that you're trying to be like humongous. You just want to, when you walk in a room, you want people to know that Amy lifts weights.
Yeah, I do. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty thin. I don't really look like I lift weights right now, but I mean, I have muscle. There's
You look
muscle here.
fit. Yeah, you look fit.
There's muscle.
Yeah, so that's, and that takes the proper nutrition. So that's the only way that I can get it done is, and obviously I'm aging, so my workouts have changed a little bit and I'm just maintaining now, but getting that proper protein is, for me, it's impossible for me to do just alone with food. Like I
don't
need.
know how people your size and like people who are, I don't know how they can.
It's a lot of eating.
Eat all of that.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I want to, but I don't know how you can.
Yeah, so
I don't know how
I'm
you can
kind
make
of
time
geared
to
like
do it.
you, because
Yeah.
when I'm in the gyms and I'm working, like I'm hustling. Like I ain't even thinking about sitting and eat. So I got to grab like an RTD or something that I can just get a quick 30, 40 grams of protein in me, or grab a meat stick or a protein bar or something like that. And then I try to take a lunch break where I can get home and I make a shit ton of eggs and get protein that way. But
Do you ever have the conversation with someone, like if you had money, like what would you do with it? And for like people who bodybuild, they'd be like, I'd hire a personal chef and a personal trainer.
Right.
Like,
honestly,
yeah. That's what I want. I want someone to do meal prep for me all the time. That's what I think about.
I've never thought about that one.
What the heck?
I definitely would,
Yeah.
because that would make, and I'm sure my wife would love that too.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have to cook. But yeah, that's probably why. Think about like a lot of the successful people out there.
Yeah, they
do
have all of that
because
You
they're
have to know
grinding
that.
it out all day. Yeah, their balance is not. They're not making dinner and stuff. They're
No, they got
they're
somebody-
grinding. They're earning. They're out there hustling. So yeah, someone's making them food. Man, Mark Wahlberg, I'm like jealous. Like he posts videos all the time about how he's got food coming here
not
and there,
fair.
and he works out regular, so he's a fitness guy. But yeah, that's a big. But now they have all these companies like HelloFresh.
I know, but
They'll
that
ship
stuff's so
stuff-
expensive.
Yeah, Janine pays for it, so I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it makes life easier
well,
though.
let's take that back to just the bare essentials.
Yeah.
If you know how to cook a little bit, you don't have to know how to cook a lot.
Right.
It's so easy to cook chicken. I'm not a great cook, but I'm not a bad cook.
Do you use a crock pot?
I do.
I love
and
crock pot.
I use a grill and I use the smoker and I use all that other stuff too. But it's not that hard, honestly, to cook a good meal at
Right.
home. You don't have to have some of those companies that ship you that stuff.
Right.
You just have to make time to go to the grocery store and
Yeah.
get a few odds and ends.
They definitely make it easier.
They do, they do.
I can say this, like she likes it because everything comes, proportions, everything's there.
Yeah.
Even if there's seasonings and stuff
they
like that.
sponsoring you?
No, they're not. They should be. No. Mark that down, Alex.
X Factor.
I think they make it a little bit easier. And again, what we started this whole conversation with earlier is just everything is so easy and quick.
Yeah, I get
Nowadays,
it. If I
boom,
could
boom,
afford
boom,
to
boom,
do it,
boom.
I would do it.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
doubt. I'm just speaking to a more like simple crowd
But
of
that
people
also
who,
then goes-
just
Here we go.
Keep it simple,
we're
stupid.
doing what we said we're going to do. That also goes back to fast food. They're like, oh, let's just swing through McDonald's and get
but
the shit.
fast food is full of crap.
Yeah.
And
I
that's-
think more people are realizing that now.
Yeah. I don't even crave it anymore. Like I actually used to like fast food. I used to eat all that stuff a couple times a week maybe. So John had introduced me to the sugar is bad for you thing. I had no idea.
Right.
I really didn't. I mean,
Right.
I know sugar's bad, but I didn't really know how bad it was.
Right.
And he really, really helped change my, what I would go to for snacks and stuff like that. And I started reading labels and all that stuff sucks and nobody wants to do it. But I started like doing it and I was like,
Why did that
"Holy
come
crap."
up? Because you're not obese. It's not like you're overweight. Like what? He just knows the
I don't know what started that with him, but what came up is when we met and we were friends and there was a group of us that was working out together. Him and I would have like challenges, like okay, by this date, let's see who can do this many reps or whatever.
Yeah.
Or there was one. He's like, I said something about I'd like to have abs. He's like, all right, well by this month, let's see if we can both be ripped,
buckle down on the nutrition.
And then he was like, it's sugar, 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 because especially for women, the sugar goes right here.
Yeah.
It really does and that's.
Well, people don't realize when you say 25 grams. Like I don't drink soda, but if you look, it
There's
says
like
25
45 grams in some
in a soda.
sodas. In a soda.
So,
Yeah.
for anybody listening, I dare you to take a bag of sugar and weigh out like that amount of sugar
It's a lot.
and see how
It's a
much
lot.
is in a glass.
And not that I'm against sugar, because I do eat sugar, but
Yeah.
significantly less
Yeah.
than
Well,
I
it's
did.
just a matter of-
significantly.
yeah.
And then that's what I got distracted and whatever. But
You're good.
So the fast food thing you were saying, and it reminded me about the sugar thing. I don't even like the taste of fast food anymore. Once you start eating your own home cooked food, eating stuff that's not as processed and it's healthier for you, you start to then like that taste, and then all that other crap that's
Makes
been
you feel like
super
shit if you
processed.
eat it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, yeah. No, it
Yeah.
does, like I love the old saying, "You are what you eat."
Yeah, it's
But
true.
it is.
It
like,
is true.
Like when you eat that, you may not know it now if that's the diet you're on, but when you switch and you actually start eating a healthier diet, and let's say something went seriously wrong in your day, and you actually had to grab something like that,
Yeah.
you feel like shit. Like you just feel horrible, and you can tell your body's not digesting it well. So no, nutrition is a huge part of the game. And again, I probably said it before, but I always say that's your full-time job. this is your part-time job. You come in here, get a good workout in, whether it's 30 or 60 minutes, and you leave, and you can fuck it all up by going and eating the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's feeding your body,
Tacos
like you said.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, tacos on Tuesday.
Everything in moderation.
No, it's definitely fueling your body, and it's like driving your car on empty.
Yeah, well, it's like, do you want to feel like crap every day, or do you want to actually feel good?
Yeah.
And, when you're young, you can abuse your body a little bit. I get it, but now my goal is so much different than what my goal used to be. My goal used to be, I just want to look good, and I just want to look jacked and whatever,
Right.
And now my goal is, when I retire at some point, if I can, I want to still have the energy to do the things that I enjoy doing now. Yeah. I don't want the aches and pains. Right. I don't want to rely on medications. I don't take any medications for anything.
And that's awesome.
And that is like, I'm proud of that.
You should be.
Yeah,
because that's not
but that
the
might
norm
not
nowadays.
be the case if I wouldn't take care of myself. And
100%.
I just don't want to live that life. I want to be as healthy as I can for as long as I can.
And you want to be able to vacation and do the things you want to do and not have to.
And not be limited and be like, well, I'm frail and old. Like that's not in my mindset.
Right. So that goes back to like the whole fitness side of things, like staying active and moving, because if you're not moving your body, like it's gonna not be able to keep up with whether it's you want to go on a hike or you guys want to go on a bike ride or vacation and do things. Let's go back to fitness and just tell me what's like your favorite. I guess what's your favorite body part to train? Let's go there, and then give me a little bit of idea of your programs. Like I already know, but give the audience a little bit of idea of your programs. Like what would be a normal, not summer workout program?
So what's important to me is legs, booty. I want nice legs and I want a nice booty, and I don't really care as much about the rest of the things. I want to have nice arms too, but legs and booty, I don't want it to go away. I mean, I know what happens as you get older, and I see it, and I just, that's not going to be me.
I mean, that's the majority of women, you know what I mean? Trust me, I've done thousands of fitness assessments, and that's always.
But I do like a full body workout, and I know for me personally, you may not realize, but I do actually have a little bit, in here and then on like my back a little bit that I would like to work on. And I know we've talked about it before. So when we do legs, I would like to start incorporating more core. Now, with that being said too, I didn't know, and I know a lot of people don't know, that you don't necessarily have to do any kind of ab exercise at all, ever.
Right.
If you are training regularly, if you are engaging your core. All these years, I've not done any of that, and I've had a six-pack of abs.
Yep.
But it's because I'm training hard, I'm squatting, I'm using my core muscles with every little thing that I do, and it's just keeping that in shape. But I did notice since I've slacked off, I got a little bit of chubby around the belly, and I would like to start doing a little bit just to maybe help that out.
Like you said, I don't think a lot of people realize that you're engaging your core in almost all movements.
Everything. Sometimes my abs are sore, and I'm like, why are my abs sore? And then
you like to train heavy.
I do.
Meaning, like you like to go heavier weights.
Yeah. And
when the heavier weights that you're lifting, the more your core has to stabilize to try to keep proper form.
Right.
So like you're doing core exercises for almost any movement you're doing, unless you're really locked down into a bench where you're not using your core and the bench is supporting you. But just general movements, you're going to engage that core. So you can still get benefits of building abs that way, but probably right now you're realizing it because you're not making it in as many days as you will.
I will. I'll get back. I always bounce back.
Yeah,
I always do.
We're mid-September now, girl. So
but I can even tell, like just over the last couple months, that I'm not training as hard as I was because it's becoming more of a chore, and that you don't want to happen. Right. So when it becomes more of a chore, that's kind of like a reminder, like I'm slacking off to the point where I'm getting comfortable now, not coming in as much. But like I said, that'll switch up for me, and then I'll get right back in it, and I'll probably go back doing squats again. I don't ever want to have the mindset that I'm afraid of hurting myself. And I think once you start getting to the point where you're like, oh, I don't want to lift heavy weights, I might hurt myself. I mean, and I'm talking about
Heavy.
for me. I'm not talking about extreme heavy that
Right.
you could hurt yourself
Right.
when you get older.
Yeah, there's obviously different stages of the game, and the older you get, like some of the movements maybe are not the best movements for what your goals are at that time. So yeah, it's important to be knowledgeable in what your exercises you're doing and to keep it safe, because you don't
what
want to
you're
get hurt,
capable
because
of,
you do
right.
want to do this just like everything. When you retire, you still want to be able to go to the gym, work out, take care of yourself. So yeah, and if someone out there has questions on what proper form or maybe some exercises that you can do at certain ages, the team's here for you.
Yeah, and could add to that. I could say in all the years that I've been coming to the gym, I've been mostly either working out with myself or working out with somebody here at the gym. And that's been great, and it's been helping to keep me motivated. But when I started working out with you, we started hitting more of the different machines that I had never used before. Right. It was targeting different areas. It changed it up so I didn't feel like I was just like, oh, here we go, the same old routine all the time. So even if you don't intend on working out with a trainer long term, I do think that it would be great for anybody to come in and sign up, and whatever kind of session you can afford to do, just to get
most people don't realize,
idea.
Maybe they know there's muscle memory, but maybe they don't understand exactly. Like if you come in and you do the same thing time after time, whether it's the same exact machine with the same resistance for the same repetitions, your body is going to hit a plateau and it's going to stay there. And if you do this long enough, it will actually start reversing because it's not work anymore. So by using different machines, changing up the angles, whether it's just pointing your toes in certain directions, or using different tempos or time under tension or weights or reps, like all that is to continue to build muscle confusion so you can continue to change your fitness levels or at least maintain and not regress, right? So there was a study back in the day that aerobics instructors, like they'd always teach the same, like high-low aerobics, blah, 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 and it would be the same, 60 minutes, and it would be the same movements. They actually started to gain muscle mass because their body had hit a plateau and it wasn't work no more. It was not exercise. Their body was so accustomed to it.
Yeah, it was like normal, everyday stuff.
Just, walking to the mailbox. Like it was the same shit. So nothing, they weren't working anymore. So that whole big word of comfort, they could go through a class and you'd be comfortable, not be sore. And when I say sore, like, it shouldn't, the hell, it depends. There's different level of mindsets out here. I love to be so sore that it freaking hurts, where the average person just wants a little bit of soreness. They don't want to be like crippled where they can barely sit on the toilet.
I go back and forth. There, like you said, there's definitely different kinds of sore. So right now when we work out, I'm sore the next 2 days later. Yeah. But it's to me right now, that sore is a bad sore because it reminds me that I'm not working out enough.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
But when I work out 4 or 5 days a week and I'm sore, that's a good sore.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting good workout in,
Yeah, I like
so
what you
I'm
just
a little
said
upset with myself right now because I'm just like, I could be doing more.
I enjoy, if we go on a vacation or something like that, and I don't get all my workouts in, I try to at least go once or twice just to move. But I know when I get home and I hit the weights again, I'm going to be so sore, and I love it. I'm like, because I had that week of kind of recovery. No, sore's good. I love it. Yeah. But so we've talked a lot about nutrition. We talked a lot about fitness. There's a couple things that you mentioned that you're a mail carrier and you've been doing that for a long time. Right? How many years?
I don't even know. I don't know, 6 or 7 years.
For a while. A while that it's affecting your nutrition.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention.
So
it's like a
it's like
routine.
Finding time to eat. There's one thing I always like to ask everybody who comes on the podcast is we use one of our strong core values is QTE, which stands for quality through excellence. So if you were to kind of sum up to me, what does that mean in Amy's life, like quality through excellence? What does that make you think? It doesn't have to be about fitness. It can
quality through excellence. Well, nobody's perfect. We live in a crazy world right now. I think just your integrity and what you put out there is so important. And even as little as sometimes people would ask me, why do you do your hair and makeup to go to work? You're just going to deliver mail. Because I don't want to put I don't want to come out looking like crap every day. Like I want to put my best foot forward in no matter what it is that I'm doing. So whether it be going to work or going to the grocery store, different things like that, you know, like I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. Same thing with coming to the gym, and that is online with the excellence thing. If I'm going to come to the gym, you know, there's going to be days that, you know, maybe it's not always great, but I'm coming here because I want to do the best I can for myself.
Sure.
You know, I want to take care of myself for the long haul. It's not just a temporary thing. It's not just, you know, for vanity or whatever. It's just all around healthy. Now, with that being said, have I canceled on you because I wanted to take a nap? Absolutely. You know, am I going out on Taco Tuesday? Yes, of course I am. So I'm not a perfectionist in that way. I want to be the best version of myself, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, 100% one day could be different than 100% next day.
Exactly.
No, I think you actually hit something really good here, because I think everybody can realize this. Like, if we look back at like I'm taking it way back, like 1920s, every guy had, you know, a suit, a hat, looking sharp, leaving the house.
Pride. They took pride in.
And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, that quality through excellence is having pride in whatever you're doing.
Right.
Whether it's walking out of the house looking half decent. Like, you go to the gyms nowadays. And nothing against you young guys out there. I'm glad you're here working out, but wearing your pajama pants to the gym, you know what I mean, and your Crocs, it is what it is. You're comfortable, maybe too comfortable, but it's taking pride and actually stepping in the house feeling like you did good. You made yourself presentable. I mean, I have this conversation with one of my clients, and he's a little bit older than me, but he's like, I remember the time when, like, we talk about flying. People would get on an airplane. They would dress up because you're getting on an airplane. This is something special.
Right.
Now, people are in their pajamas on the airplane, like just, you know, with their blankie. But it's taking pride, and that's quality of just you're putting yourself together and taking care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. That, you know, they look good, feel good, you know, and I think has a lot to say with that. And it's just. Look in the mirror. Sometimes I'm like, maybe people don't have mirrors. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit, do they have mirrors in their house? Like, did you look in the mirror before you left the house? But seriously, like, just take a little pride, and you'll feel better.
And it's funny because, like, my personality, especially with the people that I work with, they think I don't care about anything, because I love people thinking that I don't care about anything. I love when people think that about me, because it frees me up. It frees me up to just be myself and do my own thing. But I care about me, right? That's my point. So what I'm doing it for me, you know. But I want to do that stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, there's a whole, like, that's a whole nother conversation. Just being a little bit selfish, you know, to be selfless. So it's like.
Well, and it's for the long haul, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I refuse to grow old. You know, inside I'd like to say I'll take 30. Like, I'm 30 on the inside. I don't really want to be in my 20s again. I don't want to be in my teens again. But somewhere in like 30, 35, that's where I'm going to live forever. That's where I want to be.
I love it.
Right. And I think there's a lot of, you know, power and positivity, and it's all about your mindset. You know, if you're the kind of person that's, I can't do it, I just, you know, and you just mope around.
That means you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because we can do anything.
You got to find something that motivates you.
If you want to do something bad enough, you will figure it out, and
you'll figure it out. Exactly.
It's a matter of just, again, we go back to taking pride in doing it. Like, if you think about it, you can do it. You know what I mean? So it's just take pride in yourself and just do the right thing.
And you might fall off. I fall off all the time.
Dude, that's when you learn. That's
exactly.
When if everything was freaking easy, we wouldn't learn shit.
We'd all be jacked.
Yeah. I mean, it always, somehow, conversations like this always go back to Michael Jordan, because I think if people know his story, you know, he didn't even start, you know, he wasn't even a starting lineup, and then he went on to become the best player in the world. I don't care who you think is best. And that was all work ethic. And that was he wasn't born being the best basketball player.
Right. It's his mindset.
He freaking worked for it. Yeah. And he took pride in how he looked.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up with the QTE. It's just taking pride in whatever the hell you're doing, whether you're getting dressed or, you know, putting your makeup on or cleaning a freaking toilet. Like, do your damn best job that you can, and I promise you will feel better about yourself. So, again, this is Lonnie with the Times Squared podcast with Amy Hine today, and I hope that we brought some knowledge to you or helped you maybe want to take a step in the right direction.